What is going to give you more freedom, more energy, more money? The more you focus in, the more disciplined you are, the more you narrow your choice and specialize and become a master at something, the more freedom you have. It's Travis Soderwell, Pure Sound Daily Business. Let's unpack this a little bit. A common thought of freedom is really liberty. Being at liberty to do what you want to do, to think what you want to think. And I agree with that. That is an aspect, that is a side to freedom. But as we're talking about accomplishments, succeeding, goals, growth and development, and how to design your life to have more freedom, more energy, and more money. The irony is the more focused you get, the more freedom you have. I first noticed this when I was getting sober. A lot of things I unlocked in sobriety. And what it was specifically was there's a step that is, you surrender to a higher power. And also that you admit, in my case, being an alcoholic, obviously addicts, overeaters, sexaholic, etc. But me particularly that day and time, it was alcoholism. And surrendering the powerlessness, that's what is coming to mind now as I'm talking it out. You're powerless over alcohol. And in admitting that powerlessness, I realized that's what gave me the most freedom. Hanging on to it, especially something, obviously we're talking about something that was harmful for me. I'm not saying for everyone, alcohol is harmful for them. A lot of people find enjoyment, go about their day, relax, live a normal life, healthy life. That's fine. It's not what I'm talking about. For me, this was a harmful activity. Allergy of the body and obsession of the mind, as we called it. And this obsession of the mind and allergy I have to alcohol creates this powerlessness. But the obsession of the mind is not wanting to admit being powerless. A lot of it just boils down to ego. And the relief I got from that admission, that surrender, it was so profound. Now, obviously, the changing of my life, becoming sober, but I never forget how just that moment, it was such a relief. And I realized I didn't have to think about that anymore. I spent so much time thinking about how to drink, how to use, how to do it right, so to speak. Oh, I just needed to do that. That once I just said, you know what, I can't handle this. And my mind opened up to think about other things. Another example comes to mind right now is I've done the Master Cleanse a few times. For those who aren't familiar, the Master Cleanse is I think it's minimum maybe 5 to 7 days, but you drink a concoction of lemonade, also known as the lemonade cleanse, the Master Cleanse, lemonade, cayenne pepper, and maple syrup. And you get everything you need from that. That's what you drink. That's what you eat, quote unquote. And in the morning, you cleanse yourself with water and salt, which evacuates your system. So you drink this water and salt, and a couple hours later, you gotta hit the toilet. Then during the day, as you get hungry, quote unquote, you drink your lemonade and maple syrup and cayenne pepper. So this exercise, I haven't done it for a while, but one of the things that always gets me is just knowing that this is literally what you're going to eat for 5, 7, 10, 14 days. how much mental freedom you get. And you realize how much time you spend thinking about food. And hey, maybe it's just me. Let me not say you. Point being, we have these things in our life that we're fixated on. Whatever it is. I'm talking more in a more extreme sense. Food, alcohol, maybe sex, a lot of people thinking about. Heck, politics, how they feel. How they feel about things, their value, pain, trauma, the news, things that are going on, entertainment, people being entertained. And that when we really realize how much we're fixated on something, and we call this freedom. Freedom to think, liberty to do what you want, think about, do what you want to do. Really, these are traps. We get into these things and then we obsess over them. And then when someone or something comes along and says, there's more to life than that, we fight them. So you're taking away our freedom. My freedom to do this one thing that I'm doing. My freedom to do this one thing I'm thinking about. And this is the irony. Found a handful of ironies in life like this. That in the sacrifice, in the surrender, is true freedom. And it comes to business and achievement, accomplishments, is that in the focus on the one thing, making a commitment, making a decision and a commitment to pursue something to its logical conclusion, to the goal, to the mission. That in that you find freedom, in that you find connection, in that you expand your mind. Now, there's some exceptions to that, but this is why I work walking through the process with a coach, with a teacher. You can smell the flowers on the journey, can look around and see the forest, see what's going on. Wow. We're diligent and walking our path. And this is what freedom is. And of course, we'll just land on the point of, in this day and time, the more money you got, the more freedom you can have. So what are you focusing in on? And are you serious about it? Where do you want to be? What do you want to do? What skill are you developing? What are you interested in? It's Travis Odewell. It's Pure Sound Daily Business. Peace.